We're here today at the Fauquier Education Farm with Executive Director Jim Hankins. Jim, we're going to talk about irrigation today, and I see a lot of components on the table here. Can you tell us what we're looking at and how we're going to use these?
This is a super garden kit, or most of the components from a garden kit. There are wonderful companies, if you just look up irrigation supplies, that sell the entire kit, everything you need except for the hose to go from your house out to your garden. Drip irrigation is really so much more efficient and so much better for your garden than taking a sprinkler out or taking a hose out.
Yes.
You know, it's really easy to use. It's affordable.
Okay.
And you know, you can get garden kits for a raised bed, for a string of flower pots, or for acres. You know, it's made up primarily, there will be a large feeder hose, which is where your garden hose will attach. And then off of that feeder hose, there are 20, this particular garden kit made for 20 of them, 20 of these little connectors. From the connector, it will go into the drip tape itself.
Okay.
This drip tape has a tiny little hole in it every 8 inches. This drip tape, instead of, you know, pennies per foot, it's like 6 feet per penny. It is really inexpensive. It's drip irrigation. It comes out really slowly, just a little bit, also called trickle irrigation. And you know, it's going right at the base of your plant. If you're using that sprinkler system, you're watering your walkways, you're watering your weeds,
yes,
and you're adding a whole lot of disease pressure to your garden.
Okay.
Most of the tomato diseases in Virginia are called waterborne diseases. So if you're wetting your plants down every day, that's an invitation for disease. The other components here, this one comes with a filter. If you're using well water, you might want to use that. It's also a pressure reducer. This operates on 4 to 6 pounds per square inch pressure.
Okay.
And you get a pressure gauge that you can connect right in there to let you know if you're pumping it up too much. This one comes with all of these plugs for the ends of the drip tape. You know, I'm doing hundreds and hundreds of rows every year. I just tie a knot in the end. It will leak a little bit, but it's a drip irrigation system. It's okay. You know, I try to make it easy. It's affordable. You should be able to do it yourself. You know, you don't need any. And compared to soaker hoses or something like that, soaker hoses are really expensive.
Yes.
They'll get clogged up, they'll go bad, and the drip is easier to use.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for explaining all of this on the table here for us, but we're going to actually go see it in action.
Absolutely.
Well, Jim, we're out here in your one of your hoop houses, and we've got drip irrigation going on right in front of us. Can you explain what we're seeing here?
This drip has been on for a couple hours this morning. I just walked by, raised the handle on the spigot, and you can see nothing is being sprayed out of the drip irrigation. There's just a tiny amount of water. If I come by and clean it, you can see that there's every 8 inches, just a tiny little flow of water, drip, drip, drip. I'll leave it running for about 3 hours at a time, about every other day, and that really does, and that's inside this high tunnel where we don't get any rain.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Okay. And we can see here really on the landscape fabric that the water is not really going very far away.
No, the landscape fabric I love. It goes right down. I like to say water is smart enough to know which way is down, and it goes right straight down. And, you know, this is just such a simple system, and it works. You can see these are happy peppers.
Yes, and as you mentioned earlier, it keeps the moisture off the leaves, so we're not getting foliar diseases, and here we can clearly see that there's nothing on the foliage.
Yeah, there's no spraying going on. You're watering right at the base of the plant.
Well, thank you so much, Jim, for showing us around today and showing us this drip irrigation system. For From the Ground Up, I'm Ed Olsen. For more information about drip irrigation, contact your local extension office and talk to a master gardener. See you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu.